Good morning, everybody. I'm in Fairlie today. It's rapidly becoming one of my favourite haunts for a walk. But today I'm doing a short walk. I'm heading to South Annan Waterfall, which I think is only about a mile long. That's there and back. But I've never been here before, so I need to find the place first. So let's find the place now. Looks very nice about this little street. Not a bad spot to live. Lots of nice countryside walks nearby, the coast down the hill. Very nice. Look at the hills up behind all these houses. I did go a wander up there a couple of months ago and get a bit lost. I'm going to have to go back and check them out. I believe Cane Hill is one of the highest points, but until I'm more familiar with this area, I'm just familiarising myself with shorter walks. I think this is the way in. I better check the map, but I'm pretty sure this is the way into the walk. Yes, it is. North South Annan, just to try and confuse you. Pretty much most of these walks are walks I don't know. I've never done them before, so I'm kind of trying to cobble them together from places I'm finding online, walks that people have done, and also, more often than not, just picking a random spot in the map and trying to find my way to it. Oh, under a bridge, spooky. Wet actually. So trying to find these walks. It's an adventure, but it's also trying to make sure I find places that are walkable and not through too difficult terrain. Now, there's a fork. I can through that bridge. There's a path to the left and a path up the hill, and I don't know which one is which, so bear with me. Time to check the map again. Right, the map only shows one of these paths, so I'm just going to guess and walk up the hill. We'll see where it leads. I did a walk recently where I found myself in some pretty muddy, boggy terrain. By the time I got home, my walking shoes were completely caked in mud. So I chucked them in the wash and I thought, great, they're all nice and clean. But as I was sitting in the train there, I looked down at my feet, because what else would you do in a train? And I noticed my shoes are falling apart after being in the wash. It would have been helpful if I noticed that before I left the house, but I didn't, so there you go, the sole is coming off my shoes. So today is a last hurrah for these walking shoes, and hopefully they stay in one piece until I'm finished the walk. I'm going to be flapping about with wet feet and looking pretty homeless. Just down here. Whoa, it's a big drop. I won't get too close to that. I can hear running water, so there must be a burn runs down there, but I can't see it for all the ferns. Just keep heading up the hill. This is a good path, nice and wide. It's not overgrown, it's not wet, so No problems with my shoes so far. If you've sat through some of my videos, well done, because I've got a couple that are about 40 or 50 minutes long. And to be honest, I don't really expect anybody to sit through them all, or sit through those long ones for the entire length. Probably get a bit boring listening to me. But this one should be shorter, because I say it's only a mile long, and there's only so much I can say walking for a mile, particularly when I'm walking uphill and out of breath. One of the good things about today is the weather has finally broken. The official end of summer was yesterday, and right on cue we get rain, and it's actually a nice temperature today. I would guess it's about 18 degrees, nice little cool breeze. Potential for rain, that's why I've got the rain jacket on. But all in all, perfect day for walking. Always a bit awkward when you think, oh, there's a nice building. You point your camera at it and the owner's standing in the doorway looking at you. No harm meant, it's just a nice building. I think that's a dead end up there. Well, the map suggests it is. So I'm going to go up this way. Ah, the ground's flattened out a little bit here, which is good. As you can probably hear, I'm out of breath and not particularly fit. There's a waterfall in there. Is that it, or is that? That looks really nice, but can't really get into it. I've got to raise the camera up a bit, see if I can go over the fence. Well, I'm not entirely sure if that's what I've came here to find. I hope it's not, because you really want to get a better view than that. So I'll keep walking up the path. Right, okay. I think that was it. That's disappointing because, yeah, that was it all right. Because that's the path across the start of Fairlie Moor that takes you up into the hills. And that distant building with the scaffolding around it is Fairlie Castle. And over there is the coast. That's the bay at Hunterston. Looking out to Millport, or Cumbria Island. Millport is at that far left edge. So yeah, I think that's the waterfall. It's a nice waterfall, but I've obviously got the fence in there to stop people falling off the edge, which is fair enough, but it also restricts the view of it. It obviously runs away down into this canyon down there. Yeah, there you go, that's it. You get the waterfall there, and higher up you can see where it's coming from, running all the way down. I think probably it'd be better here in autumn or winter. Likely get a better view of this waterfall, because right now, as you can see about me, very green, all the summer sun mixed with rain, kind of restricts the view a bit. But that's it, had a look. But there's a website I found that says if you go wandering down some of the other paths, you might find some other waterfalls, so I'm going to try that and then we'll head back to Fairlie Station. So let's see if we can find any more. Get a view of the Firth of Clyde again. Get a view of the hills. But this is really the end of this path. Well, I've almost exhausted the options here. The only other path I saw was down where we come under the bridge. There was a path there, so I'm going to check that out. See if it holds any treasures. There's the bridge out of this little trail. So let's try up here, see if there's anything of interest. I can already see a gate in the distance, so that might be all there is up here. The leaves are turning brown. I can't wait for autumn, my favourite time of the year. I just love it when the trees turn brown. Now, look at this little bridge over the water. There we go. I don't know if you can even see the water for all the greenery. I'm sure you can hear it. And this is the same field that heads up towards Fairlie Castle. So I'm not cutting across here. Try and get a look at this stream. I saw a little inshot up here. Might get us a view. Will it get us a view? There's a path. So let's see if we can get a view of it. Yeah, there we go. So that's where the waterfall heads down to, and you're right down here and out towards the sea. Well, I'll call it a day there because that's all there is to see at this little walk. It's a very short one, and to be honest, anybody could do this. It's not particularly difficult. I've only been here for about 20 minutes, so I'll leave it there, and hopefully you've enjoyed this shorter video. Cheerio now.